and we're off to the races.
Are we? Oh, well.
Yep.
Hope I don't get corona virus. Corona-19, I was going to say.
Corona-19,
I'm very confused.
yes.
Yeah. The horses don't get it.
No, they don't?
No. It's a shame that, it's a shame that sort of it's a general sort of pandemic, isn't it? It wouldn't be so bad if, say, golfers got it. Tiger Woods. If Tiger Woods got COVID-19,
But there's certain demographics.
who gives a fuck about Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Except the fans.
Yeah,
and
well,
they should get all the fans who are fans of golf generally, or Tiger Woods should get the virus, and that's it, and limit it to that. It wouldn't be such a big loss.
You've never played golf, have you?
No, I've never. I never know. I don't like golf. I don't like people that play golf.
No.
I'd like to get
My dad plays golf.
Yeah, I'd like to super glue a golf ball on his nose and just make him lie down on his back. Let's see how
You and George Carlin share that
George
same...
Carlin. No, I've never.
Bill Murray, he plays golf. He we like Bill.
Well, yeah, no, but he's had a good career. It's about time he, called it a night.
Yeah.
He said if Bill Murray got COVID-19, any golfers. All right, let's limit it to professional golfers.
Okay, professional golfers.
Yeah. If Tiger Woods, let him get it. Just like
The Shark, Greg Norman.
Oh yeah, no, he should have got it years ago.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd get AIDS, but no, the shark, man, I couldn't think of anything more boring than
It's very challenging. I've never played a round of golf really, but I've been to a golf range, and it's just a lot of time. I'd rather practice a musical instrument, and then you got something to really show for it. With golf, you got to be consistently playing.
Look at my second hole.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
No.
You know what I mean? Everyone's so impressed that they've got the numbers and 8 par and over and under
and birdies and hidden eagle.
And it takes so much space, and the eagle, and fuck off with that shit. Fuck off. I wish they have. So anyway, I don't want to sound mean and nasty, but it's.
I once had an opportunity because one of the top golf courses in the world is Pebble Beach, where they have the big PGA tournament
on the beach.
Well, no, it's by a beach.
Place called
Pebble Beach. Yeah, it's near Carmel in California.
Oh yeah, Carmel. I know Carmel, and next to Vanilla.
Yeah. So, Amazing Jonathan was doing a corporate gig there.
Yes.
And the organizer I was chatting to afterwards, and he was a nice guy, and he said, because we were staying the night there, and he said, listen, tomorrow morning you want to come and tee off with me 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And it was my opportunity to have a round of golf there.
Yeah.
But I had to decline, politely decline.
Because you weren't very clear on what tee off with me.
Yeah, what that means.
Tee off with me, and we'll play a couple of holes. And it's also sexual as well, isn't it? But anyway, how are you spending your time in this pandemic? This world pandemic?
Well, I've been my fiance, Erica.
Yeah, it's my fiance.
Thankfully, she's here in Australia.
But you've had some education. You say, this is my fiance. And people in Rockhampton, that's my chick.
Yeah, that's my
one of them anyway.
Hey,
you with me?
That's me Sheila.
That's me. Yeah. She's that's my yeah.
So that's been good. We've been.
She's lovely. She's very nice.
Yeah, and we got some big news. We're going to get married.
You're going to get married?
Yes.
To each other?
Yeah, to each other.
Wow.
Yeah, because we've been engaged for a while, but we've pushed the wedding forward. Yeah. We were going to do it in Las Vegas in September, which you were going to come out for.
I was going to come out for it, yeah.
But now Vegas is shut down.
You've spoiled it now because they know, people listening to this, if there are people listening to this, they know that I knew previously, and I made the effort to pretend it was a surprise, and you completely destroyed that.
Well, why would it be a surprise? We're engaged. There's going to be a wedding, of course.
No, but not always. No.
What?
Engagement is a trial peried. Right. It's like an audition.
Right.
You're both auditioning for each other, and then usually sometimes in engagements, is at the end of the period they say, well, thanks very much, we've got your number. We'll call you. We've got some other partners to look at.
Yes.
And we've been inundated really of these women just coming from everywhere, and we'll keep you in mind. Yeah. But good effort the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. It must be tough, to try and win people over. And are you yourself with her?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, because you got to be yourself. If you're not, then it's and then you get married, and then trouble begins, right? I would just figure if you just be yourself and you know.
So with my marriage, the trouble began early. So
before you got married, or
before I even met,
right.
It was trouble. I was heading for trouble.
Kate is the only one that you've ever proposed to.
Yeah.
So you're never engaged before.
No.
So you never had an inkling to want to get married before.
No, I had no interest. I didn't think anyone would want to be married to me.
No.
I was just as surprised, as everyone else was. Oh my God. But it takes a very tolerant person. She's extremely tolerant, and other people.
But Kate's a very intelligent lady. She's she's studied psychology.
Yes.
She's a therapist.
I'm more of a patient than a partner, really. She says, after every time we talk, and then the hour runs out, she goes, "I'm afraid that's our time."
Yeah, our time is up. We'll delve into that next week.
We'll delve exactly. No, I had. She's very loving. And
Kate's a great woman. She's like we've said it before. She's genuinely vibrant, and she has a natural glow to her.
A natural glow.
Yeah, she's very just a lovely person. Because like most people that are too nice, what are they playing at? What's their agenda? There's no agenda with her. She's just genuinely a lovely person.
A lot of people mistake her for someone who is faking sincerity.
Right.
Because you can fake sincerity, but you can't do it for long.
No. And the cracks always show, and then you see what they're working on.
My wife's crack. Don't talk about my wife's cracks, all right? We'll keep this show above board. No, like she's fantastic. But I've had relationships with very beautiful women, but, they're always unhappy and always turbulent. I had a girl who shall remain nameless, Kathy. I won't say the second name. She's a really lovely person.
You went to Egypt with her.
I went to Egypt with her.
I remember.
We were,
I remember her from when I was a teenager.
Yeah, we're in love. She used to work at the Hell Park Hotel.
Yep.
She looked a bit like Mia Farrow. And she'd always say things like, "Oh, I wish you were a bit taller so we look like a normal couple." Oh, God, can't you look more attractive for me? I'm going, what do you want me to do? I can't get taller. I can't look more attractive. This is it. What you see is what you get, I'm afraid.
That is a kind of heartless thing to say. Because what are you going to do? Wear platform shoes? It's like,
but that wouldn't even work. She was like 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
And she was really tall.
How tall are you? 5 foot?
I'm shorter than her.
Yeah.
I'm 5'5", maybe at the most.
That's like Tom Cruise. He's short.
I'm Tom Cruise. There's big difference.
You think Tom Cruise hears that all the time? I wish you...
No, I don't think he does. When you have $15 billion in the bank and you look like him, that doesn't come up. They get lower. Women go, I wish I was short.
I wish we could see eye to eye.
Yeah. No, you're not meant to look at his eyes.
No, that's right. Weren't you working on a film set that was near where he was shooting?
Said he wasn't. Yeah, no one's allowed to look at him.
Film, yeah. Mission Impossible 2.
Mission Impossible. Fuck off with your Mission Impossible. I don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
Even though we're the same height.
Yeah.
I could easily look at you.
Yeah.
Without any difficulty. I choose not to. Because yes, we are the same height, but that's about the only thing we have in common, including bank accounts, women we've dated, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Scientology,
yeah. But
you just knew though when you met Kate, you knew this is the one.
Yeah, it was comfortable. It was she was like a comfortable pair of shoes. She would hate me saying that, but when you get
was that in your wedding speech?
Yeah.
The thing I love about Kate, she's a comfortable pair of shoes.
Yeah. It was a terrible reception.
Yeah,
people just started booing.
What is he saying? He walks all over? Or what does that mean?
No. It's a loving. We don't have children because we're smart.
You have dogs?
We have 3 dogs. My wife didn't give birth to those dogs. She's never breastfed them.
No, unlike other relatives.
Yes, we've discussed this already. But she treats the dogs like children in a way, because it's a child substitute thing, and they sleep in our bed.
Yes. Yeah, I've seen photos.
I had to last night I actually slept in the spare room because
the dogs took over.
3 dogs now in the bed. One of them, Butros, who's a very cute dog, but she allows him to sleep on her head.
Really? Like one of those Russian hats.
And she's got the same color hair as his coat. So I don't know when my dog begins and my wife ends. And every morning I wake up, I turn my head, and I wake up to my dog's asshole.
Really?
That's how I start the day.
Wow.
Yeah. And,
so you've decided to move to another bed?
we decided to move to another bed. Well, last night because I couldn't take it anymore.
No.
He moves a lot. And when he was a puppy, he was just
adorable.
He's still adorable, but he just sits. He used to just sit and sleep. Now he just comes and does calisthenics on my back and just jumps on my neck when I'm trying to sleep. And I'm a very light sleeper.
Yeah.
So I said, no, that's it.
No.
You know, and we don't, you know, it affects our love life, as you can imagine.
I would imagine.
3 furry
Well,
dogs.
just the dog's looking at you the whole time.
Yeah, but this is what I do, right? When we're in the mood for love, doesn't happen often. Usually on my birthday,
Yes.
I've got a tennis ball. What I do is I throw the tennis ball out the room. The dogs chase it. By the time they come back, we're done. We're quick. We don't muck around. You know?
It's like 20 love, done.
20 love, you're done. That's it. Oops.
30 love.
Oops. Hit the net. Disqualification.
Fault.
Game, set, and match. Look, you know.
But that's good. So that's like you knew that Kate was the one, and that was same for me and Erica. Like I knew she's the one.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's you just a sense of knowing that I haven't had with other relationships.
Yeah. So you would not consider like swapping wives ever? would that something?
What are we in the 70s?
No, I'm just saying. You know, that's not something that you would.
I'm not that bohemian.
Not
no.
that bohemian.
No.
Yeah. No, it was just a thought. I look. So you have been keeping busy.
Yeah.
Because it's a strange time for us. Like, you know, this is the peak period for comedians.
Yeah.
You'd be traveling all over the country.
Yeah, I had a full schedule. This year was looking great. Like
me too.
Yeah.
Me too. God is hilarious like that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He gives you the best cheer, best material, best show.
And then takes it all away.
And then he goes, sucked in.
Yeah. Because the Adelaide Festival, both of you and I were there and we were having,
it was great.
Having fun there. And it was like, great, we're moving on to the Melbourne Festival and then the brakes on everything, which is...
Yeah, go on.
Which is for everyone. So, you know, that's why for me, I've never really felt too down about it because it's
you never. If the world ends, you go, it's not so bad. It's look at it. If there's a nuclear holocaust, you go, look at the radiation. It's nice.
Yeah, it's really heating up.
Look, all the women are glowing. That's what you'd say. You'd see the positive side. I'm more the glass is half empty.
Yeah.
In fact, there's no glass.
There's no glass.
Just,
glass is broken.
The milk is spilt.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, but I have been trying to stay busy because, as you know, I live in my father-in-law's house,
which you've been renovating.
He's deceased now.
Yeah.
So I have, and he's left us with this enormous shed full of tools. Now you know me; I've never used tools.
No.
I've never held a drill in my life. And when I have tried to put up like pictures, just simple things, simple shit. A child of 5 can do it probably, right? And I would just destroy the walls. And but I've got all these tools that I'm thinking I should like actually put them some use. I've got all day free.
Yeah.
I've got like 5 different types of sanders. And paint and like things that spin wood and
the lathe.
The lathe,
the buzzsaw,
exactly. All those things he's got. When you see it, you'll be blown away. And
you got to be very careful though with that stuff, Saleh.
No, I don't want to be careful at all.
Do you wear goggles?
No, fuck the goggles. That's for losers. Goggles? No, not for me. I get thoughts like during the day, but the thing is, I don't have the concentration to finish a job.
Sure.
So during the day I'll think, I think I'll sandpaper the stairs. They're made of wood. I think I'll sand them. Yeah, they could do with the sand. I've got 4 sanders. I'll experiment. I'll see which one feels better, and and I'll start sanding, and then get to about the 3rd step, and think, no, fuck this.
I'm gonna go watch The Simpsons.
Yeah, this is bullshit. This is hard work. This is taking me half a day. I've gone 3 steps. I'm not going to do the rest. So the entire house is filled.
In that condition, though. It'll be like a door frame that's half sanded or half painted, left alone.
Well, I painted it on this door, and it was really thin, but it just dripped off because I was supposed to have sanded it, but it was one of those cheap fibro doors.
So there's no. Get rid of the door. Get a new one.
See? Yeah. That's where you think.
Yes.
Not me.
No.
I think I learned the hard way.
So have you finished anything?
Nothing. No. Just like my life, just in all different pieces.
I've been going kind of the opposite.
I thought you would.
I've been cooking a lot more and researching dishes that I like in restaurants.
Yes.
I made sweet and sour chicken the other day.
Oh, yeah.
it turned out to be a success. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then I made another one called General Tso's Chicken. TSO, General Tso's Chicken.
TSO?
Yeah. And
different to T.S. Eliot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
T.S. Eliot's chicken.
Now this dish is unheard of in Australia.
Right.
Have you ever heard of General Tso's Chicken?
No, but I think that maybe how the coronavirus started. that General, what's his name's chicken?
Yeah. General Tso's bat and pangolin.
Bat soup.
So what happened was, years ago I went to the States and went to P.F. Chang's. And I just randomly saw this General Tso's Chicken. I thought, oh, that sounds very, official and dignified. I think I will get that.
Yeah.
And I did, and it was unbelievable. So General Tso's Chicken.
So?
Yeah, TSO.
Oh,
General Tso's
Chicken.
And so
General Tso's eat it. Eat the breast.
I looked it up,
Yes.
and I couldn't believe, like, the recipe and everything fine. But the backstory of this chicken dish is just phenomenal.
What's the story with General Tso? Is he a general?
There was a General Tso.
Yeah.
However, they did research and found out that he was in no way aware of a dish named after him.
Oh, wow.
He never ate the dish.
Wow.
They contacted his, and they weren't sure, like, that maybe came from a different dynasty, like a Ming dynasty or the Ding dynasty.
They contacted ding-dongs.
Yeah, he contacted his ancestors who flatly denied any association with the dish.
Wow.
And basically, it's a made up dish.
Because
and apparently it was someone
just attributed the dish
to the General Tso. So you could have Akmal Saleh's fried chicken one day in like a 200 years time.
Yeah, Colonel Akmal.
Yeah, Colonel Akmal's.
I wonder if Colonel Sanders maybe that was it. Maybe someone attributed to him and he went, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I'm a colonel. Colonel. He wasn't even. I don't even know if he was a colonel. Or maybe I'm getting him confused with Colonel Tom Parker. I don't think Colonel Tom Parker was ever a colonel.
I don't think Colonel Tom Parker was a chicken. He's a guy that managed Elvis.
When I was a kid, I thought they were both the same people. And someone once told me that the colonel managed Elvis. And I'm like, Colonel Sanders managed Elvis.
Yeah. Well, he loved chicken.
Yeah, he did.
And a fat Elvis.
Yeah.
Maybe he did in some strange way.
Yes.
Managed Elvis in his later years.
I want to be near the colonel. Not this colonel, the other colonel that makes it finger-licking chicken.
Come here, Sanders.
Come here, Sanders. What's your secret herbs?
Now go buy yourself a Cadillac.
Yeah.
So anyway, I researched more on this guy, this General Tso. There's a documentary that was in Sundance Film Festival about this General Tso's chicken.
And he's denying it.
I don't nothing to do with the chicken. I don't eat chicken.
So he's got this. They've made a whole documentary and they called it "The Culinary Searching for Sugar Man." And it's really well rated too. It's well reviewed. This whole documentary.
That, So and does it end?
I don't know. I got to watch it. I haven't seen it. I only saw the trailer for it online. Anyway, I made the dish. Huge success.
Really?
I couldn't believe it. Like and all of my friends.
And no thanks to Colonel
Tso.
Colonel Tso.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the chicken.
Nothing to do with the chicken.
Fascinating story.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
I'll make it for you one day.
Please.
Yes.
And
you don't eat fried food though.
No, I don't
but
eat
can you
fried
make an exception for General Tso?
I can't eat chicken though. I don't eat chicken.
You don't eat chicken either.
No, I don't eat chicken. No. I love the word chicken.
For how long have you not eaten chicken?
Probably. Well, I haven't eaten red meat for like 25, 30 years.
Yeah, likewise. What made you stop eating red meat?
I just didn't. I was never a big fan of meat generally. I'm not a big fan of meat. So when I did eat chicken, I didn't eat much.
Right.
When there was nothing else to eat. When you go to Rockhampton at
the beef capital,
2 a.m.
Yeah.
And you go to the BP in Rockhampton at 2 a.m. and you're starving and you go, do you have anything vegetarian?
Yeah.
Nah.
You get run out of town.
Do you have almond milk?
Get the fuck out of here.
Go on, skip.
Do you have anything like that is? Can you get that vegetable patty and grill it?
Get the fuck out of here, my gab. Hey, no fucking falafels here, son. Fucking get out of here.
You and your bloody...
You and your fucking veggie friends, they've taken over this country.
No, I don't...
So there wasn't some turning point for you
there was a turning point. I think,
what was it?
I think, I don't, I think, this is me getting on my high horse.
Mm-hmm.
High horse.
High horse Saleh.
I'm an animal lover.
Yeah.
Except there's one horse that I get on, and it's
very high.
Get very high.
Yeah.
And I think, in the future, we're going to look back at our time here, like our grandchildren will look back and go, man, look at these, our ancestors were so fucking brutal, the way they treated the animals. In the same way that we look back at slavery and say, look at our ancestors, look what they did. Well, my ancestors would have been the slaves, so, it's you people who enslaved us. But let's not bring that up right now. It's all in the past. Forget it. But you know what I mean?
So from a moral perspective, because of the ill treatment of animals that you feel...
I don't think we have a right to kill, to eat, especially when there's so many other options.
You'd get along well with Paul McCartney.
Yeah, me and Paul McCartney will make a lentil soup.
Yeah.
And I can play Hey Jude for him.
Yeah.
So here's one you might have heard.
Yeah.
Hey Jude.
You'd love that.
I can play that on the guitar.
You can?
Well, not very well.
Right.
But I'd like to.
Because you've been practicing a lot on the guitar.
I have been practicing, yes, much to my wife's annoyance. And the dogs howl.
Yeah.
And I keep playing louder because I'm just like that,
Did you ever see the documentary called Earthlings?
Earthlings.
Yeah, it was narrated by Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen it. I have a copy of it, and I've had a copy of it for years. But I have trepidations in watching it.
Is it about cruelty to animals?
Oh, apparently it's just like horrific.
Yeah,
and like you see like what actually happens in the abattoirs, and
horrible.
And apparently it's just heartbreaking to watch.
Yeah,
And
it affects me really bad.
Yeah,
I can't watch that. And so if you can't watch that, then don't eat the food. You know, that's the thing. Don't contribute to the problem. But getting back, sorry to change the subject so dramatically here, but I want to say a few things about the corona thing.
Yes.
Now, you're going to call me a conspiracy theorist. That's least, but you're going to call me a lot of worse things. It wouldn't be the first time. But
I don't call you bad things, do I?
well, not to my face. I've heard things.
What have you heard?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay. All right.
And here we go. But, well, you can call me vague. You can call me a bad sense of direction.
Oh, yeah.
Bad with money.
But yeah, of course.
All those things apply.
Obsessed.
Short,
yeah.
Flat feet.
But if I was to say those things, are you offended by them?
No.
It's like me saying you're wearing a Bob Dylan T-shirt today.
Yes, I am wearing a Bob Dylan T-shirt.
Yeah.
You're stating a fact. That's
yes,
what you're saying.
exactly.
It's
not my opinion that I'm stating when I say that.
It's a fact. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
But it's a fact that I'm open-minded, and I like other ways of thinking, different alternative views on certain issues.
Yes.
And but when I do express these views, people think they either walk away or they think I'm insane, or oh, I'm a conspiracy theorist, or I'm getting on the bandwagon of the crazies, or I've lived in Byron, so all these people who smoke pot, who thinks the government's trying to get them. So forget all that. None of those criticisms are allowed.
Not the Byron Bay or smoking pot.
I know you can say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I admit that. But
or no conspiracy theory interests.
Well, the conspiracy theories sometimes are true.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Now, look, I've just been observing things. Like, I think this whole coronavirus thing is a conspiracy to control the planet. It's a new world order. Because it's just like suddenly...
do you think it was... sorry, just before you get...
Yes.
Just to clarify so we see where we're going with this.
Yeah, let's see.
Do you believe that it was created and that way... and that's why it's that on purpose to do that? Or do you think it's happened and they're using it as a vehicle for that?
Look, I don't know, obviously.
Okay.
I don't know, but if I was to guess, I would say they planned this.
Oh, so you believe it was created then?
Yes, 2020 seems like a nice round number. They got around and said we have to do something about the world's population. We have
They
to
should have waited a few months though, because it came out in 2000 and it would have been COVID-20 then. It's called COVID-19.
Oh yeah, but that's where they trick you. That's where they look. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be.
No, but I'm just trying to find consistency to because you said 20 is a round number, but it's actually COVID-19.
No, that's what the scientists are calling it, because it started at the end of December.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
But I think the men in suits, men in the shadows, men who are extremely powerful and you don't know who they are.
Do you know who they are?
I know some of them. Yeah. They don't return my calls.
Yeah.
But people who control the monetary system, people who control the media,
people behind the Reserve Bank and the Treasury.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They get together and say by 2020, we're going to reduce the world's population, and we're going to have much better control over our flock. They see us as like, we're a cattle farm.
So you think it's to control the population?
Well, listen to my logic, right?
Okay.
They're saying, and it's worldwide, all this pattern worldwide. You have to keep 1.5 meters. And then some guy measured it he went to Bunnings, got his measuring tape, and went, that's the one. 1.4, you get coronavirus. 1.7 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
1.5 is what you need, and it's worldwide.
Yes.
And so what you do, they treat you like children. Like, so you say, okay, so you've been good now. Because you've been so good, we're going to open some restaurants, right? And so 20 people at a time in a restaurant. I was in Newtown. There was 20 people in the restaurant looking very nervous because all these people at the window going, fucking hurry up.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a line of about 100 people. And these people were very close to each other.
Yes. It defeats the purpose.
It's complete nonsense.
Yeah.
It's complete nonsense. And you go to the supermarkets, they've always been open. You go and buy things, you exchange money, you're very close to people. People handle food. What's the difference between that and a restaurant? There is no difference. You see, it's not about the coronavirus. It's about disciplining the population. And that's, if you go to the army, that's what they do. They get you to march in a certain way. They say a certain word. You turn a certain direction. Then you become a machine and you become... very good at obeying orders and doing what you're told. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. I bet you. I mean, I don't know that for sure. I can't prove it.
Unless you're Marlon Brando in Apocalypse Now. And then you go against the grain, against the military order.
This is the thing, Joel. A lot of people say, well, why don't you do something about it? Because, well, I can't, because I'm a coward. First of all,
but what would you do about it if you weren't a coward?
Look, these things are often overturned by revolutions. If more people know about it, and more people are convinced. And I'm happy to lead a revolution as long as people follow me. Right. I don't want to
solo revolution.
Say, revolution or die, and then look back and I'm the only one here. I look like a fucking idiot by myself. I'll get arrested and I'll get put in a 5-star hotel and I'll have to sit there with no toilet paper. I don't know. No, look. But now, I am a whinger, but I am not prepared to do anything about it.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You say that they're doing all this, keeping us like quarantine or keeping us isolated, or bringing these rules. They're arbitrary rules. You're saying that that doesn't even matter. Well, so would you go as far to say, because you sent me a link this week,
yes,
which was on that website.
Did you watch it?
Well,
no, you didn't.
No, hear me out.
You're making your General Tso chicken.
Hear me out. I went to watch it, and you got to sign up to this damn website to watch it. This the London Free or whatever it is. You got to give me your email, and so I was sitting there with Erica, my fiance. We were going to watch it.
Your fiance. So is that French? Is that for French food? That's me chick.
That's me girl.
Yeah.
So I was wasn't gonna bother watching it. She said, "Listen, I'll put my email in. Let's watch this."
What are you scared of? Are you paranoid? Maybe.
No.
Conspiracy theories.
Because then I'm gonna get 1,000,001 emails on all these bloody theories and everything.
You can unsubscribe.
Yeah. Anyway, she subscribed. So
yes.
I watched the. Come on, it was 2.5 hours. You send me these videos that I don't have anything to do. It's 2.5 hours.
Well, how long did the chicken take?
It took a while. At least I got something to show for it.
While it's cooking, you could have watched it.
No, you can't. You got to focus. I don't multitask all that. You got to focus on what you're doing. Right?
Yeah, and you couldn't watch it. You couldn't watch. Which one was it?
No, I watched the woman, the pandemic woman.
Oh, come on. She's a highly qualified woman.
And highly discredited, too.
No, she's not.
What are you talking about?
She's discredited by the mainstream media.
Have you read any articles about... I've read numerous different sources, and from the Science Journal, which is a non-profit organisation. Granted, yes, it is funded heavily amount by the government. However, most non-profit organisations are funded in that way, right?
Yes.
So, and there's thousands upon thousands of, I would say, scientists who have an amount of integrity that support this journal. Right, so you can't just be some rogue idea just put out there and then all these scientists support.
I'm not asking
anyway, this article in the Science Journal basically pulled apart her whole argument point by point, and basically showed that what she was saying didn't hold up from a scientific perspective. So I'm not. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to an accredited, association here.
Yes.
And that comments on this. Plus, there was numerous other articles I read. Unless these are all people that have a concerted effort against this woman, but they're saying, look, they're just asking for facts. She makes a broad statement, and they're just saying, but she doesn't give a fact to back that statement up. So
look, that's if you're gonna go do research, then that spoils the whole idea of it.
Conspiracy theory.
If you're gonna hassle me with facts, burden me with knowledge and actual proof.
Well, I'm not saying I have the answer, but I'm just skeptical.
Be skeptical. But a healthy way is to be skeptical of everything, not just conspiracy.
Of course, but
be skeptical.
I'm going to listen to probably like thousands of scientists that back up one theory as opposed to one rogue scientist. It's just me probability-wise, because I don't think that thousands upon thousands of scientists are going to be.
No, but who controls the media? Who controls the things you read?
But we know that the media is questionable. It always has been, but it's not up for debate, really.
All right, so it's questionable.
Yes,
so
of course.
Why is this magazine any different? What about there are powers that be who say, okay, this is how we want people to think.
Yeah.
So you got to rationalize and justify any action.
Would all these scientists then be a member of this association that prints this magazine?
Yes.
But you would just say, I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm backing out, right?
Oh yeah, I'm backing out.
I'm not going to associate myself with this magazine.
Yes.
Wouldn't it?
Well, this is where my argument falls to the ground. I have no possible way of answering that.
But believe me, it's been proven that the press.
All I'm saying is it's healthy to be skeptical of not just the loonies or the people who seem like loonies, because sometimes the people who seem like loonies are actually quite smart, and the people who seem respectable are the ones lying to your face.
Sure.
They're lying
but you
to
see,
your face.
You see how the mainstream media makes a mockery of someone like John Pilger, you know, when he was in support of Julian Assange.
That's right.
Along with Noam Chomsky.
If you go against the grain, then suddenly you're an idiot.
Well, they were calling...
there's no substantiation for what you're claiming. You're a mental patient.
They were accusing John Pilger, 4-time Journalists of the Year, Emmy awarded.
And your boyfriend.
Of being a conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
Of being a conspiracy theorist.
Well, look, that's the thing.
So that's how, but I notice that's what they do a lot. If you have an idea that goes against the grain, you're a conspiracy theorist. And that's where it all gets mixed up and muddled.
If you get too powerful, you'll be killed.
JFK.
You'll disappear. Exactly.
You sent me the JFK speech.
Did you watch that?
I did.
And what did you think?
Yeah,
does he say the same? He pretty much says the same thing as David Icke, except for the lizard
reptilian
people. Yeah. You know, he would have lost.
And about the moon being.
I would have shot him if he said that.
About the moon being hollow and there being a special.
Forget that. That's where he loses a lot of people. But the JFK thing about secret societies and agenda to control people
and the need for.
This is in 63.
The need
63, Joel.
The year he was shot.
Yes. And then he was shot a few months after that. Coincidence? I don't think so.
But that just goes to show, like, that there are powers that be that can get rid of a president and not be accountable.
Yeah.
But see, that's where the problem with conspiracy theories come, because I went there to that spot, to the book depository, and stood on the spot where JFK was assassinated.
Were you holding a gun?
No.
As George Bush was driving by?
There was no one around. It was weird being on the grassy knoll, and it was just empty, no cars or anything. It was weird.
Wow.
And then going up and looking out that same window, they've got a big perspex thing, but you can, on an angle, see out the window.
You don't think people can conspire and just, let's get rid of this person?
Oh, no, of course, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the problem with conspiracy theories are they release so many of them, so the real theory can get lost in the mix.
Well, exactly. That's called misinformation.
Yes.
And they do that on purpose.
Yes. And also, I remember years ago, this interview of Noam Chomsky, they were asking him about the September 11th theory.
He's your boyfriend?
And he was saying that he does not believe that the CIA were behind the September 11th attacks. He said, however, did they know about it and let it happen? He said that's a different story. And he said the problem with a lot of conspiracy theories are we get so caught up in them and spend so much time researching past conspiracy theories that we lose sight of what's happening in the here and now. And don't really, it can be a distraction, basically.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's a pretty interesting distraction. I mean, if you finally realize that, say, they actually, bombed those buildings with controlled dynamite.
Oh, well, yeah, dropped them.
Then you'd have a very different perspective. You would never believe politicians again. You'd never believe government.
But what, do you believe them now?
I
really?
don't believe them now. No,
before all of that, I was always very skeptical.
There was a bit of footage on YouTube that has been taken down since, and I saw it with my own eyes. I didn't dream it.
Okay.
Of Donald Trump as the day the building fell down on TV. On the news saying, no, there's no, look, I'm a builder myself. I know buildings. No building would ever fall like that unless it had, dynamite strapped to every floor.
So
controlled demolition.
This what? So
and then I looked at it a few days later and it was gone. You can't find it.
Okay, so you're saying that you supporting the same person that said drink disinfectant and that idea?
Yeah, I've been drinking disinfectant. It's not that bad. Look at me. Lost my hair and my pubic hair is gone. But I don't have COVID-19.
You don't have COVID-19.
See, that's the logical thing. So look, if you drink brake fluid and you grab your eyelids and stretch them, you'll not get COVID-19. So you do that and you go, see?
Yeah.
Test me.
Yep.
No
COVID-19.
It's been proven.
Yeah.
Stupid logic.
So that stuff gets taken down online, and that's a whole new thing too. I've noticed.
Yes,
that just supports the cause.
Are you not suspicious about the fact that if you look at any conspiracy, there's far less now, and anything.
But you can still you can still find the stuff. The stuff you sent to me. You sent me another video by the Dr. Rashid Butter.
Yeah.
But
Dr. Butter is on a open source. It's open source, so they can't take it down or something like that. I don't understand it. I'm sorry if I pretended to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but I don't. But
you've been into what Dr. Rashid Butter has been.
Well, look, I'm
saying.
open to any, any descending voices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe the mainstream media. Look at fucking Murdoch. Does he seem like a nice person to you?
What if a podiatrist?
Does he seem like an honest person who's not going to manipulate and have people killed?
Look, we've all seen The Simpsons, Mr. Burns.
Exactly,
and we know the fictitious, or is it fictitious portrayal?
It's not fictitious. Don't spoil that for me. No, look, everything I've learned.
But you know the irony of that.
Yeah,
I think it's irony.
Irony, yes.
Just
tell me, and I'll tell you if it's irony.
That The Simpsons,
yes,
which has Mr. Burns, which Matt Groening has openly said is based on Rupert Murdoch.
Yes.
Now The Simpsons,
excellent.
Yes, is a Fox TV show.
Yeah.
And Murdoch is the owner of Fox TV.
That's right.
So what does that mean then?
Well, it means that he does that. There's two reasons. The first, A is a fucking shitload of money that he makes around the world.
So he doesn't care if he's ridiculed or mocked in that way?
Well, obviously not.
That's
B. B, he says, look, how can this be true? I'm allowing myself to be ridiculed. It's like the president of the United States has a night where people roast him. So they go, oh, look, he's human after all. Of course, it plays into his hands. Both of these points are why The Simpsons are on Fox. And they attack Fox all the time. And they go, look, how bad can we be? We're allowing open criticism on The Simpsons. Yeah, you're not fooling anyone.
No.
You fucking prick. I fucking hate that guy so much.
Murdoch.
The devil. He's Satan. He's Satan.
Yes.
He's sinister man.
Amazing Jonathan did a gig once down in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
For Rupert Murdoch's son, Lachlan.
Yeah. Lachlan Murdoch.
He seemed like a nice guy.
He seems like a nice guy. Yeah. My friend Simon Morley knows him.
Yeah.
They hang out together.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was Jonathan. It was for Arnon Michelin, I think is his name.
Yeah.
He's a Hollywood producer.
Oh, yeah.
And it was his birthday.
Uh-huh.
And Jonathan came, and we went to this restaurant. It was near the park down there in Melbourne. What's that main park down there in Melbourne
Central
called?
Park?
No,
in Melbourne.
Yeah, what's that big park?
Melbourne Park?
Is it Albert Park?
Albert Park?
Yeah.
Albert's Park.
Yeah, so it was a restaurant near there.
Yes.
And it was...
You don't have to be specific.
Anyway. Anyway, it was back in the 90s. And the gig went well. I remember Arnon came up to Jonathan after and goes, we got to get you for Bobby's birthday. Bobby would love you.
Bobby?
De Niro.
Bobby De Niro?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's...
oh, man. And I bet you Murdoch would pay really well.
Yeah, he did. He did.
If you're listening to this, Rupert...
Let me backpedal
Mr. Murdoch, that's the kind of spineless swine that I am. If you're going to offer me a corporate gig, which you'll pay me quite well, I'm more than happy. And I'll take back everything I said about you.
And your favorite TV show is? The Simpsons.
News.
The Simpsons.
Well, The Simpsons, but they have a go at him, so I don't.
Okay. All right.
I love Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
I wish he was my dad.
Didn't he marry?
I really do. I do, because he's probably got a few years.
You get a good inheritance.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Imagine his kids going, "Come on, how are you feeling today, Dad?"
Yeah.
Oh, he's still going strong. Oh, shit.
You know what?
Boo!
Yeah, you wouldn't want to have a little trip down those stairs, would you?
Yeah.
After I sand them.
Yes. I need to send it 3.
Well, that's all you need. 3 steps.
Only need 3 steps.
3 steps, you're done.
3 steps to success. Follow my 3 steps. Sanded.
Saleh's 3 steps to success.
Soon to be polished. Yes.
John Pilger, you know what he refers to Australian media? Or Australia?
Prostitutes.
No.
Hookers.
Or Australia.
Pimps.
And Australia in general. He says, they call Australia a democracy, when in actual fact, it's a murdocracy.
Murdocracy. Nice play on words there. Good
Mr.
on you, mate.
Pilger.
Yeah, he's good. He's not the funniest man in the world.
No.
He doesn't have a lot of sense.
You know what his favourite film is, though?
What?
The Blues Brothers.
Really?
He said that the night we saw him at the Orpheum.
I don't remember.
Remember he said, when he's up there and he's giving a speech before the War on China documentary?
Oh, yeah.
And he says, yes, I remember coming here as a child to the Orpheum, always a favourite cinema. I remember seeing my favourite film here, back in the 80s, The Blues Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all the films I expected him to say, I was like, wow, The Blues Brothers.
That's
all right.
unusual. Yeah. So, Blues Brothers had a hand in killing JFK. He was, while they were filming one of the cars.
The horrible horrors. The atrocities that were committed.
The cars that were destroyed in that movie. Unnecessarily.
And the Illinois Nazis.
The Illinois Nazis. Haven't heard from them much since that movie.
Illinois Nazis. I hate the
Illinois Nazis. Anyway.
So get me back to this theory of Rashid Butters that you sent me, which I didn't watch.
Look, well, you should watch it because he speaks to hundreds of doctors who say that this thing is.
They're all sitting with him, the doctors.
Yeah, they're all online, like via Zoom or whatever. There's like hundreds of them. Literally.
And what are they doctors of?
They're doctors of philosophy, most of them. Yeah, they just Dr. Martin's Shoes. The guy from there, he's there, and Dr. Dre, bitches ain't shit.
Yeah, Dr. Dre. Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Zeus is there. Dr. Carl Kruseniski.
Dr. Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove is there.
Yeah. Oh, well, all right.
All the doctors are there.
You got me on that.
Yeah.
See, you sent
Dr.
me
Bombay, remember that? You don't know who that is.
Who's
it's from Bewitched.
Oh, Dr. Bombay.
Dr. Bombay, come right away. Do you remember that show?
No.
I'm sad. I'm a very sad man.
I do remember Bewitched, but I don't remember Dr. Bombay. I remember Dr. John, the New Orleans musician. He was great.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah, he's
all
fantastic.
Verifying what Dr. Butter is saying.
Yeah.
Dr. Butter Chicken. Dr. Butter Chicken. I'm telling you.
So I didn't watch the video of his.
Watch it and then
you once sent me one that was like 2 hours, and the first three minutes of it, he was like, I don't know what he was doing. He was adjusting something or other.
You
He wasn't
can't
even
get
talking.
past that?
Well,
You've got no concentration.
But here's the thing: I did research on him. All right,
research.
And he's a doctor. He's an osteopath.
Oh God, so elitist. Right.
So,
he's not a real doctor.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what his qualifications are.
What do you mean it doesn't matter what his qualifications? You're saying he's an accredited doctor, but he's an osteopath. That's basically a glorified masseuse.
Mate, that's better than my relative who says he's a doctor, but he works at a news agency. Yeah. He tries to give people, pap smears while after selling the Telegraph and a couple of pencils. That's not a joke. Munir Gad is his name. Is dodgiest cunt I've ever met in my life. Fucking hell. My family's full of people who claim to be doctors.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I can look past that.
Okay.
And say, what are you like?
But for me, I guess I just try and see what the,
Look, all I'm asking...
Like, he's talking about respiratory conditions and he's an osteopath.
Well,
it's like
Bill Gates is handing out vaccines. He's not even a medical doctor. It's got nothing to do with he's suddenly the expert. Fucking Bill Gates. I don't trust that prick.
You don't?
No.
There's a big online push.
Bill Gates, Tiger Woods, and a few others. If I was with the Illuminati, I'd have a list.
Really?
Yeah, people to be bumped off.
Really?
Bill Gates may be a bit too powerful, but...
How do you plan on getting to him?
I'll just, he's a nerd, right? I'll just, take you on a game of...
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, he'd love it. And while he's not looking, whack.
Bam.
Okay.
But I've seen Bill Gates has been getting a lot of flack but I don't know. I need more
proof,
I need more proof. I need evidence before I get to a solid idea to say this is definitely happening. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm a suckler for.
You're a suckler. That's what you are. You've been a suckler for a while.
Is it sucker or suckler?
Suckler? Never heard of suckler. No, you're speaking in tongues now.
It's a baklava.
You're possessed by the
I'm a sucker.
by suspicious
I'm
evil.
A sucker. I'm a sucker for evidence.
Yes, evidence. That's you and your evidence. I'm tired of your evidence. Give me some facts.
But I have this to ask.
It's spoiled. Sometimes facts spoil.
You know what that lady said? I did watch some of that interview with the lady that you sent, the pandemic lady. Yeah. The doctor.
Yes. Did she meet with your approval?
She's an ophthalmologist, isn't she?
Ophthalmologist, exactly.
And she was
ophthalmologist, meaning like diseases of the septum.
Yeah.
If you got a sore septum,
go and see this doctor.
It's like a biological ophthalmology.
Yeah.
Or is it a doctor of words?
No, that's a linguist, isn't it?
No. There's another word that sounds like
Egyptologist.
That'll do for now. Yeah, we don't want to get stuck on it. It's not a fucking English lesson.
So
get your dictionaries out, boys and girls.
So we I've forgotten the point I was going to. Oh yeah, no.
I think you finished.
So that lady, right? Yeah. She says that her she reckons that this whole lockdown thing does nothing.
Well, I agree.
Okay. As soon as she said that, my first thought was, look at the situation in Brazil.
Yeah.
He said, go out.
Yeah.
Don't lock down. This is stupid.
Yeah.
You go out there, go about your business, have family get-togethers, go out. Brazil now has overtaken America with the daily cases of coronavirus.
Yes.
And there's thousands upon thousands of people dying.
But there are other reasons. There are other reasons. First of all, someone who says they died of COVID they may have died of other things, right? First of all, the population is so much bigger in Brazil, right? It's like almost 1 billion people in Brazil, right? That's the first thing. Second thing is that people who are like 92 are in a nursing home. They died of coronavirus. They would have died of...
but what about the person
if they blink their eyes too hard, they would have died.
What about the person that died that was 30 years old in Australia?
Yeah, but people die of influenza who are young.
So you don't think any of these people are dying of COVID?
No, they are dying of a disease, but they.
So does this mean that all the doctors are in on this, that are reporting that the condition, and all these doctors that you've seen interviews with, and all these hospitals that have, remember that footage in New York a few weeks ago, of just packed.
Yeah.
Well, all these, but they didn't have enough beds. Are all the doctors in on this, saying this is COVID, when actually the doctors know that it's some other disease?
Well, this is where my argument falls to the ground. I got no way of answering that. I don't know. But it's interesting to think about.
It is. But I just think with her saying that there should not be any lockdown and that everyone should go about their business is the same thing that the president of Brazil said, and now Brazil is.
Can I recommend watch 1984? If you can't, it's a long novel and quite boring.
Watch it or read it?
No, watch it.
What do you mean watch it? Why do I not read it?
It's a movie. I can't read. So if you can read, then good luck to you.
Right.
But I listen to books because I got no
Okay, listen. Okay.
What did I say?
No, you said watch it.
Oh, no, it's also a film with John Gielgud in it. It's a really good film.
What was the film in the 80s with, or the 70s with...
1984?
No, with... Brazil was based on 1984.
Yes,
the Terry Gilliam film.
Yes, it was a comedy.
Yes.
But the actual 1984 by George Orwell.
Yes.
Oh, well. was a really great film, and it's amazing.
He also authored Animal Farm.
Animal Farm and many others.
I remember we studied Animal Farm in school.
Yeah, so did we.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for most of the school, but apparently we studied Animal Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Farm could have been the school I went to. There's a lot of pigs and so anyway, look, I don't want to bring anyone down.
No.
But I'm just saying,
just
be skeptical.
I like that you're open. Saleh,
I'm open 24 hours.
And that's, I think, where this is a good dynamic. You're open to it, but me, I like to question things.
Well, I like to question things.
And I like to question things that are questioning things.
And I like to question things that are questioning things that are questioning things.
Yeah.
Your turn. Better wrap this up soon, huh?
Well, I'm sure there's going to be more theories down the line. There's going to be more information that comes out.
People don't like to feel that the people in control are not looking after them, and we're going to get a lot of abuse for this. We're going to get a lot of haters.
Yeah.
You watch, going, what do you fucking know?
Well,
that's the voice they write in.
All right.
You fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that. I accept that. Yeah. Don't be scared of controversy. Yes. Did you read that? Did you see that JFK thing when he said he referred to a Greek like a king or something? Forget it. I'm sorry, I lost my thought. I lost my track of thought. Well, he was saying that he made it into law that anyone who avoided controversy, if you consciously avoided public embarrassment or controversy, that was against the law, which is interesting.
That's good. That's good. We should all. So I guess the thing to take away from our discussion today, Saleh, is that we should question everything.
Question everything, especially authority.
Authority.
I mean, look, I'm not saying break the law. I'm a coward, and as you know, as you've seen me on many occasions run away from people who wanted to bash me. I've never punched a person in my life. But I abide by the rules, and I stand in line 1.5 meters. I got my measuring tape from Bunnings, which I bought from a distance, and I'm happy to. I'm not saying let's go and forget these laws or try and break them, because you're going to make life harder for yourself. You just got to go with the flow. I'm not a revolutionary.
Sure.
I just talk a lot.
Sure.
I just talk big and a lot and regularly, and then when it's time to do something, I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I need to.
So you're more of an ideas man than a practical. Which brings us back around to the home renovations, the sanding.
Oh man! My favorite time,
the painting,
the thing that I love the most, the thing that I look forward
to.
Yes, but let me elaborate. Got this beautiful sheepskin doona thing that's underneath me.
Oh, the bed topper.
The bed topper. Oh yeah. And it's electric blanket, and I put it on 2.
Dual.
3's too much because you sweat.
Yeah.
2, and I take all my clothes off except my undies. Ladies.
Yeah.
Right? And I get in under the doona.
And just as you're about to fall asleep, the dog's come and jump in.
And puts his ass in my face. Yeah. Just when I'm about to escape into... What's the
into the land of slumber.
Land of slumber. My dog destroys it with his anus.
I got a bed topper recently myself.
Have you?
Yeah. It's called a microcloud.
I thought you were going to say it's called Erica.
Oh.
Hey, no, she won't hear that, I hope. Oh God.
No, but it's very good.
I know. I love it. And so when people hassle me for being all talk and no action, I accept that. Yes. I'm all talk and zero action.
You're a man that takes responsibility for his non-actions.
Exactly. I accept my non-action. I accept my cowardice ways, and but I'm still happy to talk about it.
Okay, and we will continue to talk about it.
We'll continue, no matter what.
All right. Until next time, Saleh.
Until next time, my friend.